Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here to my flame, obviously. So, back on World at War, and I'm just enjoying playing. Like, I've been playing for the last, 2 hours or so. And I've got another topic we're going to talk about today. And today's an interesting one. So, it'll be very interesting to get your opinion. Oh my god, I'm kind of snapping. A little bit. I'm whiffing a bit now. He's gone. Oh, there's a dog. And so, today's topic is going to be just plain and simple, the quality of the casual gamer. Oh my god, I've just been mauled by dogs. And what I mean by that is, right, if we go back to when this game was out, for example, the average gamer was not very good. They were very bot-like. They didn't understand stuff, X, Y, Z. And obviously, over the last 10, 15 years, the quality of the average Joe has got better. And I'll happily admit that, because that's a good thing, in a way, you know. But the reason I want to talk about this is I got in a conversation with someone who said that it's not a thing anymore. That, you know, people are just better all around. There are no noobs, there are no bad players. That is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. There is so many players out there that are new that aren't good. Take Kim, for example. She is not good at all, no offense to Kim. But there's players out there that genuinely just start the game brand new, not very good. And there's players out there who are really good. So there's always been that balance, but it's just more common now for the average player to be, you know, a little bit better. So what does that mean regarding the industry and, like, you know, where we are as casuals and YouTube and stuff? In my opinion, I don't think it's the end of the world. I feel like, yeah, it's not as fun, but quite frankly, if you look at Black Ops 7, the reason the skill-based matchmaking is probably so bad, even though they said they lowered it, and they pretty much didn't. They did a little bit, right? But let's just say they lowered it fully, right? And that what they said is true, which I don't think it is. You're not really going to feel it anyway, because no casual players are playing Black Ops 7 or COD because they don't like it. It's mainly hardcore fans or competitive players. So, you know, or like content creators, Warzone players, or crackheads. So the average Joe players who aren't very good, who come home from work after 10 hours a day, aren't really playing the game. So that's a big reason why. Because you got to remember, back when this game was out and things like this, people just played for fun, like I have been today. And you don't take it serious. You don't, like, you know, build a clan, for example. And if you did, you still weren't the best at the time. You're just practicing, you're playing for fun. And now it's not like that. People are, like, doing clips. They're trying to be the best of all time. They're trying to prove to people, like, there's so much competitiveness. And it's actually a bad thing in a way. There's so many players that will only play the game to make clips and compete with other people on TikTok, like, oh, I want to go viral for being the best player ever. Like, and as good as that actually sounds, it's not, because when that's the only reason that you play the game, you know, wow, it really makes your experience, I mean, in my opinion, pretty shitty, you know, because all you're doing is playing for the fact of being the best. You're not just actually enjoying the game as such. And it also gives a lot of people who are casuals a bad experience too, because they're only going to be playing against people who do that competitive thing, you know. So in my opinion, I think, yes, I do agree, it has got more, like, the skill has gone up. What is this guy doing? Do I have a... I don't have one. Well, I was hoping I had an RPG or something. Wallbang the life out of the tank. Yeah, I will agree that it has got harder. As a genuine player, people have got better, and the average Joes aren't, like, absolutely thumbless. But I do still know that them players are out there, you know? And I also, you got to remember as well, a big thing is as well now, there's a lot more assists in games for newer players. Hence why they aren't going to be as bad as they were, for example, in this game, when there was really little aim assist, there were next to no settings to change to make your controller, like better settings, graphical, all this kind of stuff, make your controller have more aim assist with different, like, dynamic and linear stuff. It was just plug and play, and that's why I loved it, and I think a lot of people did. That's why there was such a big skill gap, and that's why I think the average players, it wasn't the fact they were absolutely dog shit as such. Like, nowadays, they have all these assists, and, you know, I mean, again, using Kim, for example, she'd barely ever played COD. She played the campaigns, played zombies, right? She'd never, ever played multiplayer, really. And in 2022, when we put her on Modern Warfare 2, when she bought it, and Cold War and stuff, she was able to play against competitive players at a lower level, obviously, and drop 30 kills. You know? So, no average player could do that. And, like, we've put her on the older CODs, and she can't even get close to that, you know? So, again, obviously it isn't everyone, I'm not saying that, but I think people need to understand that although, yes, the skills are getting, like, harder, like, people are getting better, it's also a lot easier to not be as bad because of the way the modern games are. And it's not just COD, you know, we're talking a lot of games now have, like, so many different settings that can make it easier for you. And in my opinion, it's too easy. You think of World at War, for example, like I'm playing now, they had a boot camp. If you were, like, under level 8 and you were new to the game, you could literally play only boot camp mode, and that would allow you to play against people who were under level 8 and get a feel for the game, you know? Which I thought was cool as hell. That was really cool. And then I think they had it in Black Ops 1 as well. So, again, like, this is something, when we talked about innovation in the last video, you know, it's something that I think, again, was a really cool feature. What is my teammate doing? A really cool feature with the bootcamp stuff, but that's what made people have them assists. It wasn't such an assist, but it was training them to be a little bit better. That doesn't exist anymore, really, because, I mean, one, you don't need it, because you've got all these other assists, but, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, just run right into a tank. But yeah, I don't know, let me know in the comments what you guys think on that. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that everyone's terrible and that, like, there's no natural talent. That is obviously the case as well, but like I said, you got to remember what it was like growing up playing COD, for example, or Halo, or whatever, in my day when I was younger. These assists didn't exist. The only thing that you could do is sit and play the boot camp, which was hard. Like, you'd play, you'd get used to it. Then when you're ready and you pass level 8, you'd go and play. Oh my god, decent. You would go and play the normal matchmaking, and yeah, you'd probably get pissed on. A lot of us did, and myself included. I remember, so my first COD I played multiplayer on was World at War, and it's not easy. Like, it's so fun, but World at War was quite a hard game to play because of the lack of aim assist, because of the way the guns were. They had a lot of recoil, you know, so it was interesting because, like I said, all these people that nowadays, for example, for the first time, boot up COD and just be dropping 40 kills. Like, I've even talked to people that do that and said, you would not do that on, like, all the CODs. Like, oh no, I'm just the greatest. Like, I could do it then, I could do it now. And I'm like, it's comical. And anyone my age or even younger that played these older CODs back then, you would understand, and I'm sure you'll agree, like, it's not the same. It's not even comparable. You know, it's a completely different world. And this is why I've said, people who grew up playing these COD games are so much more skillful, in my opinion, because it took so much more to do, you know? But, I don't know, man. I really think it's sort of like a lost art form, having the early, not an art form, sorry, a lost privilege of being able to start a game up for the first time, go and play boot camp, play with people your level. And I know you can kind of do that in, like, one of the modern CODs, but it's with bots. It's not with actual players. And yeah, like, I get it, but I don't know, man. I just think it's a lot better playing with actual players of your caliber and being treated like an actual new player and getting thrown in the deep end. I hate skill-based matchmaking for that. Playing with actual low-level players and then get thrown into the deep end, that's what made all of us better, you know? When you're playing on, and I've said this for years, one of the worst things that's ever happened in COD history, right? In competitive, for example. One of the worst things that's ever happened was the divisions. And what I mean by division is, in competitive COD, all these leagues and stuff that have different division teams. Sorry if I sound thing, by the way, I've got flu. All these different divisions. You're just playing the same quality of team every time, and you're never going to get any better because you're just sitting playing the same teams over and over. This is why, when we were younger, when we first got into it, what made that big jump in progression and how you played and your skill was playing much higher quality teams, getting absolutely pissed on, but learning from them great, wow, Remnant Chief, from the best teams. That's how you became so good so fast. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my god, I'm terrible. He's gonna spin on me. Oh my god. It's a bad day at the office, boys. Sorry, we're both bad. Oh, I've hit marking him. Right, watch this. I'm pissed on him. Where's he at? I'm so awful with the sniper today. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's my days, bro. It's like a running trend with how COD is. You know, it's not again. It's not just COD. It's not just COD. There's so many games now where they've made it. Oh no, they've made it so much easier. Oh, he put a Betty down. So much easier to be like somewhat decent at the game, and not for me. I think that players are so babied now. Oh no, Remnant Chief. Oh, Remnant Chief. Damn it. Yeah, I think they're so babied now compared to what they were. Oh no, 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 no! I don't want none of that. Catch. Oh my god. Yeah, they're so babied and so protected and, like, again, it's not good, in my opinion. Give me this. No, I've been shot in the back. Oh my god, there's 4 of them. What the heck? How's that? No. Dang it. Alright, we're gonna have to, let me switch to a bar. Switch to a bar. That tank is ripping us to shreds. But I'm sure you just get what I mean. You know, like, at the end of the day... Skadoosh! At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and say that people aren't better than what they were. But, at the same time... Is this guy going to react or what? At the same time... Oh, he's an idiot! At the same time, like... people also need to accept that it is a lot easier now to be at a higher level due to them assists. I mean, if we talk about just gun skill alone, if you go and play World at War, and like I'm trying to map someone, it has so much kick, there's no aim assist compared to today, you know? And if you go play, and I actually covered this years ago, if you play Vanguard, for example, and use the MP40, versus this MP40, you were mapping people. You know, Modern Warfare 3 with the, what was it, 2023 Modern Warfare 3, they had the main SMG everyone used, and I can't remember what it was called for the life of me. The Rival 9 or something. That could map people. Genuinely. You know, that was able to map people. And, oh, damn it. And, yeah, you couldn't do that back in the day. You just, I mean, I will pull the MP40 out when I die. I mean, I know you already know this, but you cannot map someone with this, right? Watch the spray pattern. I don't care how good you are. I've seen pros not be able to do this. Look at that. It bounces. It's not just like a straight line. It's everywhere, and it makes it. That's why I said like older CODs were so much more impressive when people were really good. Oh, look at your head. Damn it. Because it was like, oh my god, this guy. I mean, again, you look at pros now, a lot of it isn't, like, accuracy that makes them so much different. Like, because most people can be accurate. It's more consistency. But back in the day, having a really good shot, like Formal, for example, was what was, like, mega, mega impressive. Is that a guy? It is a guy. Oh, the sound of the headshot. Beautiful. Oh, come on, dude. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think... in this day and age, people have just been completely babied beyond repair. And they shouldn't really sit there and say that it's easier in the older CODs. And, like, I also see people say plumber era. Calling, like, people from my era plumbers. And I'm like, dude, like, oh no, I'm whiffing. It's such like, it's just a dumb insult. It's such a dumb insult because it's like, you go and play when we did on this game, you would have got smoked by some of these boys. Like, I went to school with a guy, right, who never played competitive COD, ever. But he played public match all the time. He just played normal pubs. And he could drop 70 kills a map on pubs. I couldn't do that. Not every game. Very rarely, anyway. This guy was dropping 70 kills a map on, like, pubs back in the day on MW2, COD 4, World at War. Phenomenal. You know? And I always said, if he got into competitive, he would have been an absolute demon. But it wasn't for him. Fair play. You know, but now, people can drop 150 kills in pubs, and they've never... I'm getting stuck, what the hell? They've never got, like, even going into competitive, so they have gone into competitive and still got smoked. Because, you know, everyone can shoot now, because of all these assists. And, you know, it's funny because I think even the pros, like a lot of the pros now will tell you the same thing, especially the older heads, how much easier it is to be able to be accurate, you know? So, I don't know. It's one of them things I wanted to talk about. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm curious to get your opinion on it. Obviously, it's something that I've thought about for a good while. And I feel like a lot of people have had this conversation, but a lot of them sort of pretend that, oh my god, I'm in mapped. Oh, it's PTRS. But a lot of people don't want to sit and have the conversation and be realistic about it. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm going to wrap it up here. Don't forget to drop a sub if you enjoyed the video. Drop a like as well. It helps out a ton. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.